There are thousands of cities in the world, each with its own personality, distinct culture, and individual landscape. From amazing green spaces to breathtaking beaches to spectacular mountainous views, ancient ruins, and modern marvels, the number of beautiful cities on our planet is certainly an enormous one. Of those, we have chosen for you a list of 25 of the most beautiful cities in the world. Number 25, San Diego, California. A Southern Californian city on the Pacific Ocean, San Diego enjoys a warm climate year-round. Its pristine beaches and laid-back attitude have turned it into one of the most popular cities in the US to visit. The city was once part of Mexico, and the influences of that time can still be seen around San Diego today. Its food, music, and art celebrate its Mexican heritage. While close to Hollywood, it is a far more laid-back city than its famous neighbor. Its friendly residents are considered some of the country's most attractive. San Diego Zoo is one of the city's top attractions and has endangered species breeding programs and many conservation efforts. It is the #1 zoo in the world with 4,000 animals, 650 species and subspecies, and is situated on 100 acres of Balboa Park. Number 24, Buenos Aires, Argentina. Buenos Aires is a vibrant Latin American city with rich historical and cultural heritage combined with the modern energy of a cosmopolitan city. The city has a multicultural identity from all different waves of migration it has seen over the years. Argentina has been a hotspot for immigration from European countries like Italy and France, as well as the Middle East and parts of Africa and Asia. Parts of the city also hold on to its own cultural heritage. A stroll down its cobbled streets is like walking to the past, where onlookers can see folk dancing, traditional guatros, visit old cafes, and pass by the Plaza de Mayo, a political hotspot where Eva Perón used to speak. Tango was born in Buenos Aires in the 19th century, and today dancers travel from around the world to experience the scene. It is performed throughout the city, from large venues to small neighborhood bars. One of the many places to see in this city, Rosedale is one of the most enchanting. It is a rose garden and a peaceful haven to take pictures or relax after a long day of sightseeing. Number 3, Kyoto, Japan. Kyoto is considered Japan's cultural and film center. This beautiful city has preserved much of its past while standing surrounded by the hills of Honshu. As the country's only major city to avoid devastation during World War II, its treasured historical sites remain intact. There is Nijo Castle, a complex built in 1603 that contains elaborate works of art, delicate carvings, and metalwork. The complex has several buildings, including the Nino Maru Palace, with walls painted by Kano Tanyu. One of Japan's most recognizable shrines is the Fushimi Inari Shrine in Kyoto. Dedicated to the goddess of rice growing, merchants and tradespeople go there to pray for prosperity. It has multiple sculptures of foxes considered to be the messengers of the gods. The shrine has a 4-kilometer-long avenue of bright orange arches. It is worthwhile to visit at night when the shrine is illuminated. The original Kyoto Imperial Palace stands in the heart of the city. Its grounds are open to the public and it has finely decorated gates and buildings. The city plays an essential role in Japanese religion, which can be seen in its architecture, which is influenced by Buddhism. There is the Golden Pavilion, a Zen Buddhist temple that was built over a large pond. This structure has been rebuilt several times since its original construction in the 14th century, and is a peaceful place to visit, particularly in the fall. Number 22, Barcelona, Spain. Catalonia's capital is a seaside city with breathtaking views, sunny beaches, and stunning architecture. The city's unique landscape ranges from beautiful beaches to a multi-peak mountain range. It is home to La Sagrada Familia, an unfinished cathedral that is one of the city's most famous landmarks. La Sagrada Familia is rivaled by the Barcelona Cathedral, which is fully titled the Cathedral of the Holy Cross and St. Olia. Its architecture reflects its 13th century roots. The colorful Parkgale is another iconic part of Barcelona's city space. Most of its structure is built with split ceramics, and its high terrain gives it a stunning view of the city. Another iconic building is the Palagiel, a mansion that Gaudi built for a wealthy businessman. The Gothic Quarter is also a stunning area that celebrates the city's many architectural influences. Barcelona is a city that offers something for everyone, from people looking to sunbathe on one of its stunning beaches, hikers that want to explore the nearby Montserrat mountain, art lovers looking to immerse themselves in the beauty of the city, and anyone that wants to be mesmerized by the city's breathtaking architecture. Number 21, Honolulu, Hawaii. Hawaii's capital city boasts beautiful weather, tropical beaches, and spectacular scenery. This global vacation destination is along the southeast coast of the island of Oahu. Honolulu means calm port or sheltered harbor in Hawaii. It became the capital of the Hawaiian Islands and then the capital of the state of Hawaii in 1898. Manoa Falls is a 150-foot waterfall near Honolulu. Most people will recognize the waterfall from movies like Jurassic Park and The Hunger Games. Nearby is the Lion Arboretum, a botanical garden. Hawaii was ruled by kings and queens until the end of the 19th century, making Onani Palace the only royal palace ever built on US soil. Inside are vintage displays of artifacts of long-lost royalty, and its stunning architecture has made it one of the city's most unique landmarks. The Waikiki neighborhood is iconic. Its high-rise buildings stand over its beaches, and there are many outdoor activities to enjoy in this tropical paradise. Diamond Head, called Tuna Brow by the natives as it resembles a fin, is one of the island's many volcanoes. A hike to the summit offers aerial views of its breathtaking surroundings. Number 20, Milan, Italy. Milan's old world charm is undeniable with its abundance of historical sites and staggering landmarks. The city is home to one of the world's most significant Gothic structures, the Milan Cathedral. Visitors can climb its 135 spires to the roof, looking down on the Piazza Duomo. The structure was built in 1386 and is dedicated to the Nativity of St. Mary. Another iconic structure is the Fresno Castle, built in the 15th century by the Duke of Milan to serve as a medieval fortress. Not only does it have a breathtaking exterior, but it is also the home to masterpieces by Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci. The city's defensive walls have undergone many changes throughout the years. Originally built by the Romans, they were expanded during the Middle Ages and again in the 16th century. All of those influences are visible today in the remaining gateways. There are countless historical buildings and cathedrals to explore, and the city's stunning landscape celebrates its historical, artistic, and musical influences. Number 19, Troms Norway. The city of Troms was one of the few places in the world where you can see the Northern Lights. Located on a small island north of the Arctic Circle, this city has breathtaking views year-round. Norway's Arctic capital began its life as a 13th century fish port. Its natural harbor is the home to many Norwegian fishing vessels and is a stopping point for ferries and cruise ships. Today, it is most known for its access to the Aurora Borealis, which stuns visitors and locals alike. Late September to early March is the best time to catch a glimpse of one of the world's natural wonders. The city's Arctic location means that it offers unique collections of flora. In the city's Arctic Alpine Botanic Garden, there's a showcase of cold weather species. As the world's most northerly botanic garden, it is the perfect place to see plants growing in extreme climates. Its closeness to the Norwegian Sea means it has excellent views of the surrounding fjords. There is also a chance to visit Polaria, a museum dedicated to the Arctic that contains the world's most northerly aquarium. Whether experience the city in the darkness of winter or sightseeing beneath the Arctic midnight sun, Troms is a city that is guaranteed to mystify its visitors. Number 18, Dublin, Ireland. Dublin is one of Europe's most popular cities to visit and mixes its historical roots with its modern charm. The city has served as the muse for many literary figures and earned its status as a UNESCO City of Literature in 2010. However, its literary roots started long before then. In fact, they date back to 800 CE with the Book of Kells. Dublin's River Liffey slices the city in two, and its architectural influences tell the story of its complicated past. Once the second city of the British Empire, the Georgian-style buildings and parks show the English influence over the city today. Monuments are erected throughout the city that honor the country's struggles for independence and freedom, a fight that lasted for hundreds of years. Ireland's oldest university, Trinity College, occupies a 40-acre site in the city and is famous for its exhibitions, where the Book of Kells, Books of Durrow and Armagh, and an ancient Irish harp are on display. The National Museum of Ireland offers outstanding archaeological exhibitions, including an impressive Viking collection, Ireland's gold, and emblems from prehistoric Ireland. Number 17, Chicago, Illinois. Chicago is a city famous for its stunning architecture, delicious food, and iconic neighborhoods. Chicago is where modern architecture was born and is home to the world's first skyscraper, Chicago's Home Insurance Building. Since then, the city has added many other buildings to its skylines, including the iconic Willis Tower. In fact, many innovations come from the Windy City. The Chicago River is the world's only backward-flowing river. In 1942, the first atom was split at the University of Chicago, thus starting the atomic age. The city also offers a great food scene, with deep dish pizza being one of its best-known meals. It is also the birthplace of the brownie. Number 16, Vienna, Austria. Situated on the Danube River, Vienna is one of Europe's most breathtaking cities. It has been described as Europe's cultural capital for its vibrant and unique charm. The city has many well-preserved palaces, gardens, and museums. There's Schönbrunn Palace, the 18th century summer house of Emperor Franz Joseph I. It is a Baroque palace with elaborate fairy tale-like gardens, including the Star Pool, decorated with marble nymphs. Another palace, Belvedere Palace, houses an extensive art collection by notable artists like a painter Gustav Klimt. Its view of the Danube River has inspired many artists, writers, and composers, including Strauss, who wrote one of his famous waltzes about the river. Vienna is one of the world's greenest cities, offering many gardens, green spaces, and parks, making it clear why this city's beauty mesmerizes its visitors. Number 15, Zurich, Switzerland. Zurich, the largest metropolitan area in the Alps, holds historical significance throughout European history and an excellent quality of life. South of the city is Udelberg, a major mountain peak from where there are jaw-dropping views of the city of Zurich. The city is located on Lake Zurich, and during warmer months there are plenty of opportunities for water sports. Its waters are warm and clean, making it a blissful place no matter what time of year it is. The Old Town section is the heart of the city. Locals call it Niederdorf, and it is the place where historic churches and cobblestone alleys meet the city's movie theaters, restaurants, bars, and nightclubs. Zurich is the largest city in Switzerland, but has never served as a capital. However, it is guaranteed to enthrall visitors with its medieval and Renaissance architecture, art exhibits, museums, and well-preserved old town. Number 14, Lisbon, Portugal. Lisbon is a beautiful city with gorgeous natural sights, oceanside cliffs, stunning mountains, and sandy beaches. This unique city has fairy tale-like streets and architecture that celebrate its historical past. Neighborhoods like Alfama, Castelo and Graça offer breathtaking views. Lookouts like the Mirador de Santa Luisa allow visitors to look over the city's spectacular landscape. Fado, Portugal's famous folk music, can be heard throughout the city. Its birthplace is in the Alfama district, and it originated as poetic ballads and songs from homesick sailors. Tram 28 takes visitors up to Algarve de Santa Justa, a vertical street lift. A trip to the top is a journey back to simpler times, and a walk around Baxia's back streets allows visitors to explore the old school stores where they can buy many things, like bowler hats and buttons. Number 13, Stockholm, Sweden. Stockholm is a city made up of 14 islands that has a rich history, many green spaces, and is surrounded by water. The city is a mixture of historical and modern sites. In Gamla, the oldest part of the city is the Royal Palace, beautiful churches, and several museums. The construction in the area began in the 13th century, and most of its houses are the famous Swedish yellow, red, and orange houses. It is the perfect place to get lost and meander down its many alleyways, taking in the city's past. One of the city's islands is Gurden, which is within walking distance of many of the city's top attractions but is an escape from the bustle of being in a metropolitan area. It also has the Skansen Open Air Museum that was built in 1891, making it the oldest open-air museum. Another popular area is Södermalm, named one of the coolest neighborhoods in Europe. It has vintage boutiques, cozy bars, art and coffee shops, offering visitors the chance to enjoy the city's Swedish charm. The beautiful winters might bring freezing temperatures, but they're an excellent time to enjoy candlelit meals and cozy coffee shops around Stockholm. Number 12, Singapore. Singapore is a small, unique place with a vast array of history and beauty. The highest pedestrian bridge in Singapore is Henderson Waves, which blends remarkably well with surrounding flora and fauna. It connects the Southern Ridge walking trail with other parks in the area and provides spectacular panoramic views. The historic building Shimej makes for a stunning photo backdrop, known for its white plaster walls and stunning architecture. At the easternmost tip of Singapore is the Changi Boardwalk, the perfect place to marvel at the ancient trees and greenery Singapore offers. Mount Faber is accessible by cable car and is the best place to see the southernmost islands and the entire cityscape of Singapore. Number 11, Dubai, UAE. Dubai has emerged as a modern city with unique architecture, sandy beaches, and rich history. The city is recognizable by its plethora of stunning buildings. It has the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa, which stands over 160 stories over the city. The structure can be seen anywhere in Dubai, and its top observation deck is the perfect opportunity to see the entire city from above. It is home to one of the country's most beautiful mosques, the Jumeirah Mosque. It is white stone built in the medieval Fatimid style and is especially beautiful at dusk. One of the best ways to see the city is by the End Dubai, an observation wheel 75 meters taller than the London Eye. Its breathtaking views span 250 meters, allowing riders to view the stunning scenery from overhead. While it offers many modern attractions, the Al Fadi historical neighborhood allows visitors to see what the city looked like before the Emirates was formed in 1971. It has traditional style buildings made from stone still standing, and there are many twisted alleyways and pathways to explore. Number 10. Seville, Spain. Seville is revered as one of the most beautiful cities in Andalusia, with its Arabic influences and large historic center. Said to have been built by Hercules, Seville is the largest city in southern Spain. Its architectural designs are iconic and it is famous for its flamenco dancers. As one of the largest cathedrals in the world, the Seville Cathedral stands 126 meters. Its exterior and interior draw in large crowds year after year, and its main altarpiece was designed Pierre Descartes, consisting of 36 gilded panels glimmering throughout the space. The Archaeological Museum holds artifacts from the Phoenicians, Romans, and Tartessians. It is also home to the Treasure of El Camibel, a gold necklace and pieces of a crown that originate from the 6th century. The Maria Luisa Park is often called the Venice of Seville, with colored ceramics and tilted alcoves representing each province of Spain. The Casa de Boletos was built in the Renaissance style after the Marquis of Tarifa toured Europe and the Holy Land. The building received its name House of Pilat due to its resemblance to Pontius Pilate's home in Jerusalem. It includes Roman-era statues, the most notable of which is the original Greek Athena statue dating back to the 5th century. Number 9. Cape Town, South Africa. Cape Town is a thriving city famous for its spectacular scenery, sun, and stunning beaches. It is often considered one of the world's most beautiful cities. Table Mountain defines the cityscape and is one of the world's most recognizable landmarks. It stands over 1,000 meters above sea level, and Table Mountain National Park has jaw-dropping views of the surrounding area. The city's landscape is diverse. It has mountains, forests, beaches, grasslands, nature reserves, vineyards, and fynbos, one of the world's most unique floral biomes. There is a vast selection of beaches to be explored, with Boulders Beach being a beloved spot to see African penguins. The neighborhood of Bokop is where Cape Town's iconic brightly colored houses can be found. Cape Town's winelands are where some of the world's best and most affordable wine is made. Number 8. Athens, Greece. The city of Athens is an ancient city that has many well-preserved historical sites. Athens is Europe's oldest capital city, having originated 3,400 years ago. Its architecture reflects the city's past, with its styles varying from Greco-Roman to neoclassical, as well as some modern buildings. The city's most famous place is the Acropolis, a temple complex built in the 5th century BC. It sits on a hill and consists of several structures. The most iconic part of the Acropolis is the Pantheon, a temple dedicated to the city's patron Athena Parthenos. It has 65 columns and is worth the uphill climb to see it in its glory, especially at sunset. Next to it is the Theater of Dionysus, which is on the south slope of the Acropolis. It is the world's first stone theater made of honey-colored stone. This city might have had many ancient ruins to explore, but Athens has many modern perks. Rooftop bars are the perfect way to enjoy an evening drink while staring at the city's stunning skyline. Number 7. Istanbul, Hungary. Istanbul is a beautiful combination of many cultures mixed into one city and is an ancient city that sits on 2 continents, Europe and Asia. Istanbul's Sultanahmet district is the historical and touristic home of the city, and this is where many of its historical and cultural treasures lie, including the Blue Mosque, Topkapi Palace, and many more. Of the city's many iconic places, the Hagia Sophia, a cathedral that was well built in the 6th century. Today it is a mosque, and its breathtaking interior and exterior have elements of Christian and Islamic religions. One of the most beautiful spots is the Ortaköy region, located in Beşiktaş with spectacular views of the Bosphorus Strait. It has many markets, the colorful Sarıgan Palace, and the Ortaköy Mosque. The Bosphorus Bridge connects the Black Sea to the Sea of Marmara. It is a breathtaking place to see the city, especially at night. Number 6. Venice, Italy. A city famous for its canals, Venice comprises 116 islands, cobbled streets, waterways, alleyways, and beautiful architecture. Its historical architecture has remained virtually unchanged since Napoleon's time. Most of the buildings were built in the 13th and 18th centuries, and the influences of those times are evident in how the city has been preserved. Many little alleyways around the city offer the chance to take in Venice's unique charm. Referred to as the City of Bridges, Venice has over 417 bridges, and the most famous is the Ortello Bridge, which is used to cross the Grand Canal. There are many beautiful, elaborate bridges, some private for only the city's residents. The iconic gondola boats sail across the city's many canals, giving people the opportunity to see this wonderful city by water. There are incredible places to tour like the Basilica of San Marco, Palazzo Ducao, the Punta del Gana, and many others. Number 5. Santorini, Greece. Santorini is revered as one of the world's most fascinating islands. It is a volcanic island and one of the world's natural wonders. In 1627 BC, the island suffered the most devastating eruption in Europe, forever changing its geography. The explosion changed the island's soil composition and created its iconic, breathtaking caldera. Its volcanic beaches and lunar landscapes are breathtaking reminders of the explosion. The island is famous for its delicious products, like its wine, due to the volcanic forest that created fertile volcanic land. Santorini's traditional winemaking means that it boasts many vineyards that makes its famous wine. Number 4. Rome, Italy. One of the world's biggest tourist destinations, Rome is an ancient city with a remarkable cityscape that celebrates its past and is heavily influenced by art and culture. The Colosseum, one of its most iconic buildings, played a huge role in Rome's past. It is an engineering architectural marvel and has stood for over 2,000 years. During its prime, Romans flocked there to watch many events, from public executions to wild fights to gladiator games and more. The famous Trevi Fountain is not just a breathtaking landmark, but has also been supplying water to the city since ancient times. Its intricate artwork is mesmerizing, as it has a statue of god Oceanus and Gaia, Earth, on a chariot of seahorses. Home to Vatican City, there are many cathedrals, chapels, and churches, most of which have been standing for hundreds of years. The city has winding streets and alleyways to explore, where visitors can escape the bustle of the tourist areas and be sent back in time to the city's early days. Number 3. Budapest, Hungary. Budapest is one of Europe's most stunning cities. It has breathtaking views, stunning architecture, and is situated along the river Danube. Budapest has a long history of being invaded, and the remnants of those days can be seen around the city today. Parts of the city are frozen in the past, like the Houses of Parliament built at the end of the 19th century. The building is neo-Gothic and Baroque with a red domed roof. The Danube River cuts the city in half. On one side is the Pest side, on the other is the Buda side. Buda Castle has housed Hungarian kings since 1265. The Baroque royal palace was finished in 1769, but the area still has a medieval feel. Fisherman's Bastion is part of the medieval wall and offers breathtaking views of the river Danube. There are many sculptures around the city, like the lions that guard the city. Number 2. Prague, Czech Republic. This ancient city has mesmerizing architecture and a plethora of things to see. One of its most iconic structures is the Prague Castle, built to stand as a walled fortress in the 9th century. Today it is the largest castle complex in the world, and a tour of its grounds offers breathtaking views over the Vltava River. Charles Bridge, one of Europe's oldest bridges, is known for its many statues, including John of Nepomuk, a revered saint in the Czech Republic. It stands on the river Vltava and is the perfect place to watch one of the spectacular sunsets. Old Town once served as a marketplace for Europe's trade routes. It is a medieval settlement and home to many of Prague's most well-known art attractions. A walk through its cobblestone streets is a step back in time, and some of its most notable places are Old Town Square and the astronomical clock. Number 1. Florence, Italy. Florence is a city filled with culture, some of the most famous galleries in the world, and many unique hidden gems. Located in the central region of the Italian peninsula, Florence once served as a gateway from southern Italy to northern Italy. Its surrounding hills and valleys create picturesque views around the area. It was once a Roman city, and the influence of those days is still visible today in its architecture. Mark Twain referred to Florence as a city of dreams. It has cobblestone streets and restaurants that make delicious Italian food on most corners. The center is a UNESCO World Heritage Site where the remnants of its day serving wealthy merchants can be seen in its architecture. You can see the whole city of Florence from the hilltop of Piazza Michelangelo, and the Ponte Vecchio gives the best river views. Well, that brings us to the end of this amazing list. We hope you enjoyed it and ask that you please do us a favor and like, subscribe to our channel, and turn on your post notifications to be alerted when more amazing content is uploaded. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.